We're looking at my curtains and not my stitching. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Let's have a look. Anybody in? I can see I've got 5 of you. When I look on my playback, I can see an advert, which is perhaps why. Oh, hi, Sandy. How are you this evening? Hello, Sharon. Yes, I've had a not so bad of a week. Thank you very much. And Mrs. Miggins, you made it. I know you've had some computer troubles. Hello, Woo Woo. So let me show you what I'm doing. So as promised, new starts. Bit of glare from my lamp. Just a second, move that out of the way a tick. This is Josephine Wall, and this is called Daughter of the Deep. Oh dear, do you know it keeps going out of focus, my camera. I'm going to switch to my webcam next week, I think, rather than this one. So yeah, so I've started on this today, and I've spent a good portion of the day stitching. I'm 1,000 stitches in. So as promised, here it is this evening. Yes, Sandy, I'm not so bad, thank you. Keep going, don't we? Katinka, hello. And Anna Karen, hello to you as well. Hope you are doing well. Hope we've had good weeks. And I hope we're all safe. I know there's lots going on in the world at the moment. I hope everybody is safe and well. Hello, Esther. How are you? It's nice to see familiar faces coming back time and time again into these live streams. It's really lovely. Thank you all. Keep focusing this one in. I don't know why it won't. Hi, Sharon. Wouldn't miss them. Thank you, Sandy. Esther, I'm good. Thank you for asking. No problem at all. I'm glad that you're well. And Sherry, hello. So, yeah, so I've got this new start out today, this Josephine Wall chart that was gifted by Clara. And I'm stitching it 1/1 full cross on 25 count. And it's just a lot of blue at the moment. I'm worked on about 6 shades of blue in this little bit here, and some sort of more greeny blues than blues, although it's not coming up great on this video. Oh, Mrs. Miggins, how many views has Andy had now? Let's ask the gaffer. Andy, how many views have you had?
64.9 thousand.
Are you sure? Because mine says 66.
That was a couple of hours ago, so to be fair, I'm going to go with you.
Go and have a look.
Well,
Can you have a look?
writing a message.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'll just refresh mine. We will soon tell you, Mrs. Miggins. It's doing really, 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 really well, and every view counts, because if Andy achieves a certain goal on this, I get a Gecko Rouge kit out of it.
What did you say yours said?
66,000.
Mine says 67 dead.
Oh, 67,000 views. So that video of his is doing really, really well. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I'll because Andy's a moderator here. If he does get an opportunity, I'll get him to pop a link in the chat box for you. Hi Maria, happy Stitchy Sunday, and it's been a lovely Stitchy Sunday here. I've done quite a bit in between cooking a roast dinner, and his children have been here, and it's been a busy sort of day, but I've still managed to get some good stitching in. Mrs. Miggins says that's amazing. So the name of the channel is The Village Idiot. Actually, I think I might be able to link the video directly. So, because I've got it open on a tab. Yeah, the name of the channel is The Village Idiot, and on the actual channel itself, you will see it like a shield with TVI in it. So I've popped a link in the chat box. Don't go and watch it now. Watch it after after I've done my live. Not that we're competitive. But yeah, if you're in England, or even if not, and you know the series Open All Hours, that was out in the sort of mid to late 80s, you will know, this video will bring back some nostalgia for you. So, hello Sheila, how are you? Katinka says, go Andy, we want a new start for Nicola. I'll watch after the live. And Hannah says, hi ma'am. Hi Hannah. Hannah's at Grandad's today. So we've had quite a nice day. We've had Sunday dinner. We've had just done a roast chicken today. And now the evening has come. It's time to have a bit of peace and quiet. Everybody's gone home, and Lauren is in the bath, or just coming out of the bath. Oh, there's a moth knocking about. And yeah, it's stitchy time for me. What have I done here? Oh, it's caught the arm of that one. Yeah, so stitchy time for me, and that's, I think, day is done, really. Had my nails done, gone for blue and glitter this time, and full nail rather than just the tip. Hannah had hers done, so we did that yesterday. Hello, Sarah in Nebraska. How is your master coming along? Is it master? It's called master? Something master, or master something. Maria says, I'm going to watch Andy's videos too. I think he has a great personality. Thank you, Maria. I'm sure he'll be delighted to see that.
I am delighted, but I will say this. I think I have no personality at all.
And that's where you're entitled to your wrong opinion. But yeah, it's been quite the week. We've been watching this video all week, just climb and climb and climb. I reckon that certainly by Christmas, that video will be at 100,000 views. Andy doesn't think so.
Oh, bloody hell.
So.
No, because Andy's a realist.
So Maria says nails cost $70 there. Oh, blimey. I don't pay anywhere near that. I pay about 25 GBP, which depending on whether or not you're US or Canadian dollars will depend on what that translates to. But the nail salon that we go to is really quite good. It's a fairly new one. And like anything that's new, you give them a try. And we've just kept going back. I'm pretty sure that Hannah will attest to that if she's still in here. So I've been at work this week as well, a couple of days in the office, although I did have some computer problems. Yeah.
Like
So I had an extra day at home again this week. Okay. Hey, Nicola and everybody. Sorry I'm late. Glad I made it. Hi, Jody. Not late at all. Please don't apologise. You're absolutely fine. And I hope that things are nice and dry in your home. Bless you. After having it spring a leak last week, let's hope that it doesn't happen again for you, eh? Hannah's still here. Good stuff. Glad to hear it. Sarah, met my October goal for master last week. I have just about 14,000 stitches left to finish in December. Working on Dragon Lord from Pain Creek Crash today to finish page 2. Lovely. I don't know if I've seen that one. I might have to go and have a mooch on Pain Free Crash's website and have a look at that one. You're all doing it again. You're enabling me. If I win this bet with Andy, I might get you guys to pick the kit.
What bet with Andy?
I've got a bet with Andy about his views and his income this month.
Right.
And if I win, he owes me a Gecko Rouge kit.
Bet he's really up in the evens then, isn't he?
Yes, they are. Oh, I'm glad things are improving for you, Jodie. Hi, Norma. Not late at all. I have only been sort of streaming, just over 10 minutes. Not late at all. Join as late as you like. It is absolutely fine. I absolutely understand. I get that, you ladies are, and gents, if there's any gents watching, not just sort of solely, you're not going to be able to be here for the whole time and stuff. I absolutely get that. Life does happen. It's just wonderful that you do join me. This is the 6th stream I've done. And to be fair, I think they're quite nice. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy making all of my videos. I mean, some of them I do early in the morning. Some of them I do, like this one, in live videos done in the evening. Some of them in the middle of the day. And it's nice. It breaks up my week, to have a bit of filming time for a floss tube or a stitch with me. So, how many times have we got to watch the video for you, Nicola? We will support a new kit. Well, if you can do the repeat function, just keep watching it. It's 12 minutes long. How many 12 minutes in a day? So let's say that's about 5 an hour. 5 times 24.
Sorry.
5 times 24, that's 120 times. You can watch it 120 times a day if it's on repeat. You're all supporting for me for a new kit now. You see, I told you, Andy, everybody would be on my side.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really, really nice that after, a couple of years of hard work, Andy's channel is this video is helping it, take off. It's still not having masses of subscribers, but he's doing really rather well. So hi Leanne from New Zealand, how are you? Now, whereabouts in New Zealand are you? Because there is a little place in New Zealand called Rotherham. And I live in Rotherham, except I live in the UK version of Rotherham. Hello, Betsy. So hi and happy Stitchy Sunday from Virginia, USA. Yahoo for your new starts. Yes, I properly enjoyed stitching on this today. So has anybody else got a new start on, and what are you stitching on? Let's catch up what you're stitching on. Went and had a look at Pain Free Crafts website. I think Dragon Rod is out of print. Oh, an Anne Stokes one. Oh, I probably will have seen it then, Sarah. I have to be honest, Anne Stokes's dragons are not my thing per se to stitch. I like to look at them. They're beautiful artwork, but I don't think I'd stitch one if that makes sense. So yeah, what's everyone stitching on? Let me know, because, you know, especially if it's anything to do with Gecko Rouge, because if I win this bet, I'm having that kit. I live in Wanganui in the North Island. I'm not sure if Rotherham's on the North or South Island. Can you have a look for that for me, Lauren? If you just type in Google Rotherham, New Zealand.
Okay.
My granddad, years and years ago, after my grandma died in 1981. And after she died, my granddad decided to go travelling. And one of the places he ended up was in Rotherham, New Zealand. He also ended up in Africa and in Egypt and in, I think, the Far East as well, and Australia. And he went, you know, he was quite the globetrotter for a few years. So
In the Canterbury region of New Zealand, South
yeah,
Island.
South Island. Yeah, Leanne's just said there, the South Island. Okay, so we're getting some of what people are stitching on now, Lauren. All Hallows Eve from Heaven and Earth Designs. I started it on the 30th of September. Not my usual choice, but loving it. Sometimes you go outside your comfort zone, I think. I can remember last couple of years ago when I was stitching my brother's motorbike. That is definitely out of my comfort zone because it's not my kind of thing. But I actually quite enjoyed stitching it. So there you go. So Maria is working on European Town. Can't wait to finish so I can do my Heaven and Earth designs. I'm about 60% done. Cheering you on all the way there, Maria. 60% is more than halfway. You are sliding down towards that finish. Of course, it does depend on how big it is in the first place, but we'll not talk about that. Oh, Lauren and Hannah are having a chat now in the comment box.
Hannah sent me a snap telling her to say hi to her on your live.
All right, okay. Sharon, still on my Heaven and Earth design, 71.57, so creeping up slowly. Yeah, lovely. Because it was 65% not so long ago. Woo Woo Sitting Ex Machina by Chris Ortega. Is that a Heaven and Earth design one there, Woo Woo? I think it is. I think Chris Ortega is one of the Heaven and Earth designs artists. Maria, it's huge. But you're over 60%. You know, so you're more than halfway. It's sliding down to the finish. Okay, which video do I need to watch again to help you out? It's the one that I've linked above, and it's called Beyond the Boundaries, and it was published
8th.
on the 8th last Sunday on his channel. So, and it's the one Beyond the Boundaries, the open all hours shop. I did link it in the, or further up in the chat. So if you scroll back up the chat, you'll see it linked there. Took a hold on, Katinka putting the last stitches into the bottom 2 pages of The Little Cake Shop by Amy Stewart. Heaven and Earth Designs was started. Try to start my tent. Pot mauve comment ornaments tomorrow. How many more stitches have you got to do on The Little Cake Shop, Katinka? I see Lauren's fan club is out and about. Maria's saying hi to you as well. Norma took a class yesterday at my local needlework store and I'm working on a needlepoint design created by the shop's daughter. Oh, that sounds really lovely, Norma. Quite lovely and an easy stitch. Sounds fantastic to me. And if we can get behind the smaller businesses, then so much the better, isn't it? Sheila, I'm on Well-Travelled Bookshelf by Amy Stewart. Another lovely piece. Okay. Woo woo, yes, it's my second Heaven and Earth Designs. So have you got one finish then, woo woo, one finished and one ongoing? Sharon, it was about 68% last week, putting just over 1,000 stitches, 8,000 stitches. That's really good. 8,000 stitches in a week, fantastic. I think last week I got about 5,000 or 6,000 in, but I try and aim for 1,000 a day. Doesn't always work though, but I try and aim for an average 1,000 a day, which seems to work slightly better. But you know, some days like office days and the day where I go and have my weigh in, I might only get 400 stitches done. So, but then other days I might do 12 or 1,300. Depends on the project as well. If there's lots of blocky sort of stitching in it, it's you know, it's easy enough. Sandy, I'm pleased with myself. I've just framed a beautiful friendship by Zindy Nielsen, which I stitched for my daughter. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Sandy. That sounds absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure that your daughter will absolutely appreciate it, and certainly the time and effort that goes into these pieces. Maria, I'm going to have to frame it on a curtain rod. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that for my big pieces as well, and have them as wall hangings rather than actual frame pictures. You know, maybe like put a sort of, you know, some kind of tab top on it and use, you know, like a curtain pole type of thing to hang them. So no, I needed a break from all the backstitching on Ballerina Beauty Gold Collection. Is that Dimensions Gold Collection? Yeah, I've got a Dimensions Gold kit and I haven't picked it up for a long time because it's 1 strand, it's 2 strands, it's 3 strands, it's half stitch, it's full stitch. It's 1 of this, 2 of that, do a bit of back stitch, you know, and it's one of those that's going to require all of my concentration and all of my focus to do it. So it's parked at the minute on my as a UFO. I will finish it, just not in the foreseeable. Not in the foreseeable. I try for 1,000 a day, Sharon. But as you say, it doesn't always work out. Yeah, that's true. This week, the days in the office, I had 2 days in the office. One of them, I think I got about 600 stitches in, and then the other one was Thursday, where I had my weigh in as well. I got about 400 or 500 stitches in. I had a good weigh in this week. I lost another 4.5 pounds, which was astonishing. So yeah, 4.5 pounds, and I have lost 10% of my body weight altogether. I have now lost 2 stone 1 pound, and I got slimmer of the week again. I'm going to be lynched if I carry on doing that. think I'm at 21% in total, but I have 40 stitches to complete the page so I can release my Q-snap for the butterfly. 40 stitches shouldn't take too long, should they? Woo woo, my first was Andromeda. Oh, I've seen Andromeda. I only stitch on one thing my brain couldn't cope with anymore. I see. I only started stitching on one thing at a time because I couldn't afford anything more than one kit at a time. You know, back when when I restarted stitching when Hannah was a baby. I mean, Hannah's nearly 22 now. And, you know, then I started using like birthday and Christmas money to buy kits. And then all of a sudden I have a lot. So, I think wall hangings are a good idea. Yeah, I think it's the only thing to do with a big piece. You know, back it and tab top it, weights at the bottom, and put it on like a curtain pole or something similar, something that's strong enough to hold it. I think you should do a stitching of our Casey. Yeah, I think you should learn to stitch, Hannah, and you can do a stitching of our Casey. Who thinks that my eldest daughter Hannah should learn to stitch?
Yeah, but this is Hannah. She would get frustrated and give up.
I think she should learn. Dimensions are too hard for me and my concentration low. I agree, Mrs. Miggins. They are ones that do take a lot of concentration, and I don't find it easy because I like to. If I've been working all day and I've been concentrating for 8 hours on doing my job, the last thing I want is to have to really, really focus and try hard with my stitching in an evening. I want it to be something that relaxes me. So, you know, doing a dimensions kit probably wouldn't jam with me very well. Oh, this camera, I'm so sorry, it just keeps jumping out of focus a little bit. Definitely going to use my webcam next week. Right. Dimensions kits are maddening but truly beautiful. Yeah, they are. And I've seen a couple of people who stitch really lovely ones, Norma, like Carla, who's a Stitchy Witch. She did one. It was like an alpine cabin or something, you know, something like that. Aurora cabin, because it had the northern lights on it. I think it was called Aurora cabin. I could be wrong. And that was really, really lovely, but I know that it was a lot of work. Cracker, this chat's moving fast. Okay. Do I watch Brendan the Serial Starter? I've watched one or two, but I'll be honest, it's not a channel that I watch regularly. But I do pop along and watch from time to time. Your weight loss is brilliant. Thank you, Sharon. How long is it since I started? I started, let's get my book. Look at all these stickers. All these weight loss stickers. It's fantastic. I started, where is my weight loss? My first weigh-in was on the 17th of August. So I actually started on the 10th. So August, September, so in 9 weeks, I've lost 2 stone, 1 pound, and which is 29 pounds, or an average of just over 3 pounds a week. So Sheila, I'm also trying to get a new start organised. Winter Cap by Ciro Marchetti, Heaven and Earth Design. Oh, I'm going to have to go and have a look at that as well. Lauren and Hannah are agreeing with each other about stitching, I see. Because Hannah says it'd go out the window, didn't she? Congratulations on your weight loss for the week. Thank you, Jodie. I'm hoping to have another good loss this coming week, but let's see. And people are saying, yes, Hannah, you should give stitching a go. I know you're listening. But Hannah doesn't think she's going to have the patience.
She never has the patience for anything.
No, she doesn't have patience for much. Too complicated for me to follow, to go out the window in 5 minutes.
And I'm trying to tell her to do something simple.
Yeah, but even if she's done something simple, it's, you know, it's still, she's got to, you know, want to and focus on it. And Hannah's very easily distracted as well.
Yeah. Especially if Casey and Ranger as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not good at patterns. Just try a little freestyle one first, Hannah, and build your way up slowly. Yes. Maria, again, £30 this year because of medication. Oof. That's the thing, isn't it? Some medicines can do that, and they can actually, you know, make you balloon up. Sharon Fennell, is that the new chart by Ciro Marchetti? Is which one the new chart, Sharon? I'm not sure. This one I'm doing is a Josephine Wall. Clara, hello. How are you? Stitching on the new start as promised. I actually only started this today, and I'm over 1,000 stitches in. So I've done 1,000 before I started the live. I've had plenty of stitchy time today. And as you can see, we've got lots of blues. Good for pillows and easy. Yeah, that freestyling is good for pillows and easy, Maria, you're right. Winter Cat, yes. Winter Cat, yes, it come out during the last week, according to Sheila. So definitely a new one. There we go. I can't wait to use pattern. I can't live without Pattern Keeper now. If I have a paper chart, it really annoys me. I even take my tablet into work because it doesn't need internet to use Pattern Keeper. Even so, I could just piggyback onto my phone data anyway, but still. I take my tablet. I have a little pouch. I've been taking Maui Princess. I've been taking my tablet, the threads from Maui Princess, and scissors, and quite happily sit there and stitch for half an hour or 3/4 of an hour in my lunch break. I never seem to get as long to stitch at work as I do at home on my dinner break, but I suppose that's because I've got to leave my desk. I've got to walk down the other end of the office. I've got to then fish everything out of my bag, set it all up, turn my tablet on, have my lunch, then actually start and do some stitching. And then I've got to make sure I've got time to put it all away and still be back at my desk within the hour. So just do a quick mark off. Clara, wow, your new start looks so pretty. Yeah, it's coming up nice. It's another one like the pain-free one. It's easy to stitch. Excuse me. Oh. Nice big sections of colours, and there's about 6 or so shades of blue in this little part that I've been doing so far. Sharon, I saw it was lovely, caught my eye. I'm going to have to go and have a look at this winter cat now. I don't know why this keeps losing focus. So annoying. Not like on my Stitch With Me's, I can lock my focus on my camera, but for some reason I can't on YouTube, which is annoying. Marie, you're going to love Pattern Keeper, definitely. I need to learn how to upload a paper pattern. I've no idea how to do that. I know it can be done, but to be fair, I'm not needed to do it, so I haven't looked at the tutorial. Hi, Diamond Painting with Nicole. Yeah, it could be the camera. Yeah, I'm going to bring out a webcam, I think, next week. Set up my stream slightly differently and bring out a webcam, which just sort of seems to focus in. It doesn't seem to hop around focus like this phone does on here. So very little news of the neighbour over the road, except that she's still occasionally appearing on TikTok and saying that, you know, she's homeless and etc. etc. But if you saw my Stitch With Me the other day, she's in the UK. We've got two kinds of homelessness, as far as I'm aware. One is no fault, so like a no fault eviction, like you live in a property, landlord wants to sell it. Excuse me. Therefore, you have to move out so landlord can sell the property. No fault eviction, no fault of your own. You've paid your rent, you've been a really good tenant, etc., etc. Although the government are putting a stop to no fault evictions, I think. And then you've got what we call intentionally homeless, where if you do not pay your rent, if you do not pay your mortgage, if you are evicted from your property and your property is repossessed, if you abandon your property, if you are behaving in an antisocial manner which causes your eviction, any of those things, the council have a legal right to take back their property, like what they've done with the lady over the road, for themselves, take it back into their housing stock. So because she is down as intentionally homeless, and she's gone to another couple of local authorities and asked for their help with emergency accommodation. She's then abused that emergency accommodation. Now, obviously, I haven't been there, so I haven't seen how true it is. But the allegations have been ranging from her abusing and smoking in the rooms, abusing the hotel property and smoking in the rooms, which is against the law here. And she's also been accused of racism, which is also, you know, it's a criminal offence. So she's had a home taken back by the council, and wherever she's gone to do, you know, to claim emergency accommodation, because she's intentionally homeless, nobody will help her. And that, you know, she's now struggling with. So we'll have to see what happens. But we did have another bit of drama here over the weekend. On Friday evening, I'm sat here stitching away, as you do. All of a sudden, I hear sirens outside, And then I look outside and there's a vehicle on somebody's front garden over the road, and 4 police cars. Couple of them are unmarked. It looks like a traffic chase. And somebody's got a rather fetching pair of handcuffs and at least one, if not more, nights at the King's pleasure. So, I mean, we know about car chases and things go on, but you don't expect to see it end outside your house, considering we live in a very suburban area.
Yes, did you see that? Did you actually see the guy in handcuffs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw him getting handcuffed. Yeah, we saw him getting carted off. So, because they were straight into the car and then they were searching the car, and the car that was then recovered. So if it's not Madam over the road, or used to be over the road, it's now, you know, police chases ending up on our doorstep. So it's all good fun.
Wonder what it's going to be next.
Well, that's it. We do wonder what's next, don't we? Okay. Norma, I would love Pattern Keeper, and I hope they come out with a version for iOS. Yeah, it's just Android. To be fair, I'm an Android person anyway. I've got an Android phone. I had an iPhone a long time ago, and I just couldn't get on with it.
Had an iPhone?
Yeah. When Hannah was a baby, when Hannah was little. These heaven and earth designs and other kits seem confusing and more work than using an app. Yeah, I've done a heaven and earth design off paper. Avarice, when I started Avarice, I was working off paper with it because Pattern Keeper wasn't out. I mean, I started Avarice in 2010 and Pattern Keeper was nowhere near existing at that point. And when Pattern Keeper came out and I just transferred what I'd already done onto Pattern Keeper, I was like, yeah, game changer. And same in 2016 when I bought my Realm of Middle-earth map. Pattern Keeper wasn't out for that. It wasn't out then either, should I say. So, again, you know, when I got Pattern Keeper, I spent, you know, a day or two transferring what, because I always keep, even if I print off, I still keep the digital file, you know, in case you lose a page of the pattern or whatever. And I just, you know, uploaded the digital file to Pattern Keeper and marked off everything I'd done, and it was an absolute game changer. So, because I was working off paper for a long time on the Realm of Middle-earth. Markup RX for Apple devices. Yeah, there is Markup RXP for Apple. Karen, I think Needlebug has, you know, experience of that, and I think she's done a video on it, so it might be worth having a look through her videos about Markup RXP. And I think Lynn, Lancashire Stitcher, she also, I think she uses Markup RXP. It might be Good Notes, I'm not sure. So definitely worth having, you know, a nosy on YouTube for some videos from other floss tubers and seeing, you know, what they use. But for me, Pattern Keeper all the way. Yeah, between floss tube and apps, it's great for stitchers. Absolutely agree. You know, we've got lots of things to help our stitchy life now. I mean, I've even heard of apps where, you know, you can track how much thread you've got. And I also use StitchPal. StitchPal is an app where you can track your progress, and at the rate that you're stitching, it gives you an estimated date of when your pattern will be finished. For example, I'm stitching on Mary Princess, and because I'm doing about 100 or so stitches a day on it, with what's left, they reckon that it'll be done by the 5th of November next year. Now I'm hoping to reduce that, but you know, let's see, because I actually got it down to sort of July next year, earlier this year, when I was working on it quite a lot. I think I got a bit burnt out with it. So, but yeah, I use StitchPal to track my stitching and my progress, and it tell me, you know, how much I've got to do, kind of thing. Did my first 7 and a half designs on paper. Boy, it was hard work. Yeah, I've done, I think, 2 or 3 on paper fully, because I did Lost in You, which was not many colours. I did Lost in You on paper, and I did a quick stitch of The Wizard of Oz, the Gustafson one. And I did both of those off paper. The Gustafson one was awful to do because it was so many colours. But Lost in You wasn't so bad because it was like lots of shades of grey and very pale green, and then a lot, and I mean a lot, of Krynic. Nicola and friends, do you grid with heat erasable pens or regular erasable pens? Well, I grid with a friction pen, which is either heat erasable or water soluble. So I think it's either way. But again, I've said this many times, I'll only grid with that particular pen on plain coloured fabric and fabric where I'm doing full coverage. You know, because I don't want the disappearing ink, you know, reappearing at all. And we don't have extremes of temperature here where it could possibly reappear, but I don't want to take that chance. So I only use it on my full coverage projects. If I was doing something not full coverage, I'd either try and use a gridded fabric or do some gridding myself with thread. It does make you wonder how we struggled before Pattern Keeper. Yes, it does, Mrs. Miggins. I mean, I can remember times having to go to my mum's to use the printer to print off some pages of pattern. And she would go mad because she'd be like, oh, printing ink, it costs money and blah, 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 blah. And you're printing off how many pages? And I'd be like, only a couple, you know, 12 pages later. And she'd go mad at me, my mum. So, but yeah, and of course, you know, I mean, it's Pattern Keeper makes things so much more portable. You know, I mean, some people have it on the phone, some people have it on their tablet like I do. So, excuse me, but yeah, Pattern Keeper definitely makes it more portable. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Do a little marky. Monday tomorrow. Have you ever noticed that Monday to Friday takes about 8 or 9 days, and Saturday and Sundays take 30 seconds? Working from home though tomorrow, so it's not so bad. I purchased a Sewline pen this week and it disappeared in 2 minutes. Not happy. Do you mean that you lost the pen, Mrs. Miggins, or that the actual lines disappeared? Did the lines just vanish? Clara, I used to print my patterns at work. We had fast colour printers, yeah. I can remember having a pattern that was, it was like a map. It was on that, folded up sort of style, like, the big old fashioned maps, and taking it to a copy shop and saying, I want each page I want it all printing, but it needs to overlap and I can't miss anything because it's a cross stitch pattern. It took ages. It took about an hour and a half for it to, to fold and to photocopy this thing and make sure it was all overlapping, and we had all the pages, and it was awful. Heaven and Earth Designs have almost 100, and then some. Let me see, this one that right, let's have a look. A couple of my Heaven and Earth Designs. So Night Cafe, has 143 pages of pattern, but that's a supersized max colour. If I was looking at Envy, for example, Envy being sort of an average size, 240,000 stitches. Oh, come on, fat fingers. Oh. View PDF. Envy has 56 pages, so it does vary wildly. Lines have just disappeared. I used to go, lines, that's not very good. If it's lines have just vanished on you, how annoying. I used to go to the printers, get enlarged and sellotape to get, yeah, I've done that once or twice as well. Got them enlarged. But, if you're doing like a big pattern that's like on one big massive sheet, how they used to do them, it was just quite a pain to, be there trying to piece it all together.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Oh.
Sorry for the interruption, folks. Andy just sneezed.
Yes, how very dare I.
Oh. Yep, so this is my last new start this year because I fully intend doing no new starts next year. I was thinking on the back of a comment, I was asked if I'd done no new starts before, and I had, and I was trying to remember why it didn't stay a no new starts year. And that was because of my brother. My brother wanted me to stitch him a couple of pieces, so... Sheila says, the purple sew line fades in air within a day. Blue is water soluble. I found out the hard way. Oh, doesn't sound like these pens are very good. Maria, might have to do some smaller charts before I take on a Heaven and Earth Designs after the one I've been working on for 6 months. To be fair, I mean, if you were looking at something small, I mean, Heaven and Earth do some smaller ones like the minis, the quick stitches, and the story keeps, but they still have a number of stitches in them. And of course, it gets you used to sort of the Heaven and Earth style of the charting, and, gets you into a, practice really for full coverage. So it might be worth having a look at sort of story keeps and stuff. But I think they still have a significant amount of stitches in, although they're not massive pieces. Done, like I said, a couple of smaller heavy nerve designs. I gifted the Quick Stitch Wizard of Oz to my sister. My sister's a massive Wizard of Oz fan. Always was right from being a little girl. So I did that for her and I framed it, and I used sort of some yellow backing and some blue ribbon because there was lots of yellow and blue in the piece, and I wanted the framing to highlight that, and I put it in a deep box frame. It was quite nice. I'm assuming she's still got it. I think she's got every stitch piece I've done for her. I've done 3 or 4 for my sister as gifts. Oh, look at that. Thread's just snapped. Annoying. Not even a particularly long length of thread. I'm wondering if I might need a new needle. I managed to keep my scissors away from Lauren thus far. She has not used them. She's not touched them. So she's quite safe at the moment. Do I use a particular type of needle? This is a bohin needle. Because I started using it when I was doing Sailing Fairy, and I've just kind of passed the same needle now through every other piece I've done since. I think I'm a bit of a convert to bohin needles now. I don't mind John James's. I've used John James's needles quite a lot. But this one's a bohin because there was half a dozen needles in a packet in the Sailing Fairy kit that I was gifted. So yeah, I'm a bohin convert. Although I don't know if you can see, I've slightly bent the eye on this one. I think you can just about see that that's not straight. But you know, if I lay it that way, it's straight. That way, it's not. So yeah, I think I'm a bit of a bohin convert. And I find as well that needles tarnish quite quickly with me. But this bohin needle has taken a long time to tarnish because it's been, 3 weeks or so since I started Sailing Fairy, maybe more. Might even be a month. And, you know, other needles will tarnish within sort of a week. But this one doesn't appear to have, you know, it certainly lasted a lot longer, which is great. There's a little bit of tarnish on the sort of the middle part of it, but it's not so tarnished that it's squeaking and difficult to move through the fabric, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, definitely a convert. These are, I think, there's bohin 28s. I collected about 40 kits already and shared several with my 2 daughters. Yeah, I've got probably around that sat in a box waiting for me. I like to collect Stitchy stuff. Yeah, we are, all of us, as I said before, fully paid up members of Sable, or Stash Acquired Beyond Life Expectancy. I need to upgrade to better needles. I've broken several already. Yeah. And if your floss is breaking like mine just was then, it could be that the eye of the needle's got a burr in it. I've broken eyes of needles before, and I've broken the eyes off needles before. So, Clara, I tend to bend my needles when I frog and tuck on a thread that's stuck. Yeah. I try and do everything I can to avoid frogging, to avoid that problem. I've bent and broken a few, but this bohin one seems to be doing quite well. As I say, it's becoming a bit of a favourite. Andy's very quiet this week. Is he concentrating?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's planning, editing, and doing all kinds of stuff, but he has got his ears
Sorry,
open.
I'm sorry, I'm so ignorant.
Nobody said you were ignorant. He said you were quiet. You're asking if you were concentrating. Don't misunderstand.
I do misunderstand.
Lauren has moseyed off back upstairs. Lauren's got a boyfriend. I bet she's still watching this though, so she'll hear that. My favourite needles are Peacemakers, size 28. I don't think I've seen Peacemakers, but Sandy agrees, and she's in the UK. Presumably there's somewhere I can get them from in the UK, perhaps to give them a try too. So, any information? Gratefully received. Anna Karen, since I switched gold-plated needles, I don't see much tarnishing at all. Yeah, I've used the gold-plated ones, but still occasionally get the tarnish. I think it's just because I think it's the sweat on your hands, isn't it, that causes it to tarnish. So they said that those little Apple pin cushions that you can send your needle through it a couple of times, and it'll de-tarnish the needle, but I haven't got one, so I've seen them from time to time, but I've gone, oh, that's them pin cushion things, and then just left it in shop like a Wally and not bought it. But there you go. Amazon sells a pack of 12 frog nabbits for less than $10. What's a frog nabbit? I've got a snag nabbit, but what's a frog nabbit? Might have to go look at that. Mine too love Peacemakers. That's third recommendation there from Jodie, so I'm going to have to look those up. Mrs. Megan says, not ignorant, Andy, just missed your chat.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just busy, that's all.
Yeah, he's just focusing, I think. And I think he's a bit worried that he's going to lose the bet.
No. I'm not English.
Thank you, Sandy. Lakeside do them. I'll have a look because I do order from Lakeside from time to time, so I'll remember to have a look next time I pop on to do an order. Same thing as a snag nabbit. Right, I see. I gotcha. I've got a snag nabbit. I know where it is, but to be fair, I rarely use it. Haven't found the need. Yes. And I think Andy's had a bit of a busy day today. We've got a busy week coming up.
Yeah.
Had a busy week last week, got a busy week coming up this week. Trying to make the best of reasonable weather while we still have it. And Andy's already making plans into next year. And one thing you said you'd be going to Newmarket next year, is it Newmarket?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Andy, we're having a trip to Newmarket. I won't have a day at the races, so I won't be able to get my hat out. Keep threatening to do that, don't we, love? Go for a day at the races.
Never happened though, has it?
No. Using 3 strands for 11 count projects can cause the use of snag nabbits. I've got an 11 count project which I don't stitch on very often. It's one of those pre-stamped ones. But when I'm really in sort of desperate need for a change, I will pick it up. But no, I don't tend to stitch on it too often. And that's 3 strands, and I think that's probably why, because I'm not so keen on working with 3 strands. 1/1 full cross is my sweet spot. Working in the 10 by 10 squares is my sweet spot. You know, but each piece I've got, I'm sure you will have noticed I'm working them all in slightly different ways. So this piece has a total of 786,213 stitches. And me and Andy were talking earlier on. I was saying about how there was a kit, there was, I don't know if it's still about, Charter kit from Gecko Rouge. That's about 2 million stitches. It's a map, one of the maps. And we were just saying about it, and I was saying, well, I've got a few projects on the go, and with what's remaining, it's definitely more than 2 million stitches. What I might do is work out how many stitches I've got remaining on the current 10 work in progresses that I've got. So that'll be fun to see. How much have I got left of each one? I have to agree, love. 1 strand full cross. I've not tried 1/1 tent because my only tent project is the night cafe, and that's 2/1 on 25. Who knows? I might try 1/1 tent in future. But as it stands, as I'm quite happy with the 1/1 full cross. Night cafe is definitely back out in that rotation now. I did miss stitching on it, and the fabric that I've got for this is actually, what I've done is I've cut off the piece of night cafe that I did incorrectly, but I've left a nice margin around it, and the remainder of the fabric was well enough to do this piece on, so I'm reusing the fabric, the remainder.
Seconds.
20 seconds?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh. Yes, your projects are so fine and beautiful. Can't wait to do my 25 count. it does seem that they are, you know, teeny tiny. I put a picture up on Facebook of Envy earlier this year, and you know, one of my old work colleagues was quite astonished by it, because it, you know, it's something so small and teeny tiny little pixel sized crosses can make a picture that's so lovely. That map from Gecko Rouge costs over $1,000 US. Yeah, it costs a lot in GBP as well. I had a quick look at it, and there was also, I think there was a huge bookshelf as well, one of the Colin Thompson ones, and that's not far away from similar sort of cost either. And I can't justify that. You know, if I win the lottery one day, maybe, eh? Never done 10. Have visions of forgetting I'm only doing one leg. Yeah, that's why I'm doing the tent stitch piece in that particular snake method, because I can't possibly forget. I'm not traveling, so I can't forget that it's 1/1. At least that's the theory. I'm pretty sure that one day I might forget, but hopefully not, eh? Hi chat, what's your favourite hoop? I just do whatever hoop I've got. It's usually a wooden hoop for me, but I've got these plastic ones that my sister actually gave me. I've got a whole set in various different sizes. There's a blue one, a pink one, I think a green one. I think there's about 3 or 4 in the set. Because these are quite tight. These are more drum tight for me. But I also use wooden hoops as well. 8-inch hoop is nice for me. I can't get on with Q snaps. I've never been able to get on with Q snaps. And of course I have got my stitching shelf on a big frame. Mrs. Miggins is all for a nerd hoop. Seen them, not tried them. Wow, $1,000 lifetime stitching spend in one go. Yeah, I would agree with that, Sharon. If I bought a kit that was, you know, $1,000 or whatever it is in Great Britain, pounds or more, I would never buy another kit again, because I wouldn't be able to justify it. It would be a lot of money to spend on one kit. You're talking to yourself again, sweetie.
5.1. I think that's what it is.
Maria, I have plastic cheap wood, a Q-snap knockoff. I've heard Nerge hoops are good. Yes, apparently Nerge hoops are very good. But as I said, I've not. I've not tried them myself, so.
Yeah, that's good.
Are we all good, Andy?
I fucking hope so.
Language, I'm on a live.
Couldn't have had to have done that.
Oh, what happened? Did you do something wrong?
There are certain times when saving something actually has a detrimental effect.
Oh.
Which that did, which I had to sort of repair it.
All right, okay.
But I've sorted it.
That's why you've been quiet then.
A few reasons actually.
Oh, okay. I used to stitch in hand and have tried Q-snaps, frames, wooden and plastic hoops, but I love the Nerge rectangle shape. Cool. I think the Nerges are sort of like this sort of plastic but square, and the tighteners is slightly different, isn't it? Maybe I should invest in an Urge and give it a go.
In a nudge.
Yeah, it's a brand. Nudge hoops. Like a square, an oblong, or a square. Mind you, I think they've got oval shapes as well. So, but to be fair, I just pop to Hobbycraft and buy an 8-inch, or hoop at £2 a pop. I've got about half a dozen 8-inch hoops because I try and keep my projects on a hoop where possible. If I stitch on them regularly enough. I think the thing for me that I use a lot of is clips.
Clips?
Yeah. I use binder clips. I use these craft clips that I got from Aldi a long time ago. Yeah. So just to keep fabric out of the way, really, more than anything. Yes, I think you'd like them. I use a cheap 14 hoop from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. If it works, it works. But I found that these plastic ones, I think my sister got them from Amazon. I found that these do actually work rather well. But if you'll have seen them off Floss Tube, that they do leave a massive hoop mark, quite a ridged hoop mark. But it's nothing that can't be, ironed out. And they do drop in time. So I think Lakeside do nurges, so when I go on for the needles, I'll have to have a look for the nurges as well. I think Andy might appreciate buying me more accessories rather than another Gecko Rouge kit if I win this bet.
Probably.
Do a little mark. Right, I'm going to leave it there because we are nearly an hour and 20 minutes. It's been another lovely long session. So that is 263 stitches. And I'm ready to get up and have a walk. When the children stop here, me and Andy sleep downstairs and it's not terribly comfortable and my hip's giving me a bit of pain. So I think I need to stretch out a little bit. But as ever, to all of you here, thank you very much for your company. It's been wonderful to sit and stitch and chat along, with you guys this evening. Paint for your craft cell nerds. Oh yes, I know. Yes, Sarah's got them. She might have the peacemakers as well. Yeah, you're welcome, Sheila. No problem. Thank you, Jodie. Yes, time does fly when you're having fun. Thank you, Sharon, and have a lovely evening. Thanks, Nicola and friends, for a good hour. Plus, yes, Mrs. Miggins, thank you for joining. Thank you, Anna, Karen, and Norma. It's great to spend some time with us all today. Do go and watch Andy's video that I've linked further up in the chat. Help me win this bet.
I'd kind of forgotten all about it now. Sorry, I'm sorry I've been so quiet. I'm just
Andy's just been really busy. So, but yeah, it's been great to been great to do this again. So number 6 in the bag, and I'm still seeing just as many people in here now as we were at first. So I will be continuing doing these. as ever, watch another video if you get a chance. Make sure, well, obviously you guys who are in the chat will definitely be subscribed. Watch another video if you get a chance. Like I said, do try and pop over and have a look at Andy's as well. So take care, guys. Happy stitching. We will chat again next week. And my usual videos will be out in the in-between times. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.